So, how do you like my new background? The white one back there. Now, it's not actually a green screen. I'm not doing anything fancy here with the editing or with the software. It's purely just a white background. Now, it's not always that easy to get this kind of effect, but if you have the right equipment, which is quite affordable, you can get away with quite affordable equipment, you can get this effect really nicely. And what's cool about this effect is that it gives you obviously a really nice and professional look to your videos. Companies like Apple has done this really well, where they do these interviews with their product designers and with their, well, everybody on the team, and they have this really nice white background that allows them to create this purity and this clean, you know, no frills type of videos. So I'm going to show you inside this video my new studio setup, which is inside my house. There's still a lot of junk in the studio, which is, it's more like a studio. It's more like it's a garage. It's the garage with that I've just set up with some interesting things. So this is really just early days, and hopefully as I go through the process of setting this up, I'll be documenting this for you so that you can do something similar in your own garage. Okay, so I'll show you a bit of a tour of what I've got and show you how you can get this sort of effect. Talk to you soon. Okay, so this is the white background without me on it, and I want to show you the setup that I have. Over here I've got two lights. There's one light there, and these are fluorescent lights, one on that side, and if you go to the other side there's another one there. They're exactly the same. Let me just see if I can come around here and see if you can just see what they're like. See, so they're pretty bright lights, and basically what they're doing is they're shining on top of this white screen that I have here. Now, it's actually just a screen that I've stuck onto the wall, as you can see here. I went to buy this screen actually from a video shop, but there's no reason why you can't just use any kind of white screen that you can find in your house, even maybe a bed sheet that could do the job. Something that's kind of white or pretty, you know, close to white. So I've just put it up on the wall. Pretty basic stuff, as you can see. I mean, you'd never sort of expect this kind of basic technology if you saw the, you know, just the final product of the video. Anyway, in the back of me, so normally this is where I'd be standing. As you can see, this is just in the garage. And what you see there is the tripod where the camera normally sits. Now, I've got the camera on my hands, so you can't see the camera, but that is the tripod. So it's purely just standing there. And then I have one more light sitting here just next to the camera. You can possibly use two lights to get this sort of effect, but I found one light is fine. And you know, I'm recording this at night. So what's cool about this setup is that you can record at any time during the day. So perhaps what I'll do next is just quickly draw you a picture of the layout, the plan view of all these components, so that it's very clear for you to see how it all fits together. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I've got set up for my own situation here, but of course you can just use this as input for your own situation. So this is my garage. Say this is something that represents my garage. The place where I have the screen is over here. So this is the screen kind of sitting right over there. My camera is sitting about over here, so you need some good distance for it. So that's the camera. I'm obviously not a very good camera drawer, but anyway, that's the camera. Then I have two lights here. So there's one light here, and there's another light here. And the job of these lights is to shine a nice bright light onto this white background, so it kind of overexposes it. But I have another light here, and the purpose of this light is to shine light on me, or the person or thing that you're recording. Now, if you want to, you can also get another light here that does the same thing, but I found just one of these is good enough, especially if you angle it kind of close, if you have it close to the camera, so your angle is not quite 45, it's more like 20 or 30 degrees. Anyway, so I've got this set up just with this one light and with the camera over here.
So that's what it looks like looking from the top.
Okay, so what do you actually need to be able to pull this off in a nice way? What I'll firstly do is tell you about the equipment that I'm using to get this effect, and then I'll maybe explain some other ways that you can do it that's maybe more affordable. What I basically have are 3 lights. So I've got a light over there that is shining lights onto me or the subject, the thing or person that you're recording. Then I also have 2 lights behind me. There's one back there and one right back there. Another fluorescent light. So all 3 of these are fluorescent lights, professional fluorescent lights. Each one is about $400, so they're not cheap lights. But you can use just normal fluorescent lights as well, depending on the kind of camera that you're using as well, because sometimes there's a bit of a flicker issue. But if you've got the right kind of camera, then it shouldn't be an issue. The camera that I'm using for this recording is a Canon 60D. Which is just an amazing camera for recording short clips. It can only record for about 12 minutes at a time, but that's not really a problem because you just press start and stop and then keep going. Stop and start, wherever you are in the sequence. The other bit of equipment that I then use, of course, is my Macintosh computer with ScreenFlow as the editing software. Now, because this is so nicely set up, I don't actually have to do much in the software to get this effect. The recording that I put into the software, the footage, already looks great because I've got it set up like this. Now, on this particular camera, I've just set the ISO to auto, and it seems to do a great job. If you somehow have a problem with the white background not being white enough, you can increase the ISO to higher levels. So you may need to play around with this a little bit to get this sort of effect. If you're using a camera like a Flip, for example, or the Kodak ZI-8, it may be a little bit more tricky to get this sort of effect, but all you need to do then in the software is increase your brightness or gamma or the contrast, and maybe you need to play around with those settings individually. Just search for them inside the software. They're not too difficult to find. Normally it's the brightness, and you may just be able to increase the brightness slightly to increase the exposure of the background so it's nice and white. So there you have it. There you go. It's pretty easy. It's not very complicated at all. You may need to invest in some good lights and the right kind of camera, and maybe a white background, or you can just paint it white if you don't have a sheet like I've got. But really, it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. If you've liked this video and you haven't signed up for my Rapid Video Blogging report yet, please do so. It's a 92-page report, totally free. It teaches you how I turn my video views into cash, and it's there for you totally free to download at rapidvideoblogging.com. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you inside the next video.